Welcome to SNY's new digital series, Jets Class, where each week we will deliver to you Jets content you can't get anywhere else. This is the content you deserve and you need right now, so let's get right to it with the Takeoff. I don't know why these things keep happening to the New York Jets. Was it a deal with the devil that Joe Namath made before the Super Bowl? A blood oath that Woody Johnson had to make before he got ownership of this team? Whatever it is, the gut punch that they were dealt on Monday Night Football with the world watching, it was the gut punch of all gut punches for a franchise that has received nothing but gut punches in recent memory. Aaron Rodgers, the superstar who finally wanted the Jets as much as the Jets wanted him, is done. He ruptured his Achilles tendon on the fourth offensive play of the game. He will not play again in 2023. And those years he talked about playing for the Jets, 2 years, 3 years, they are now in serious question as well. It just seems like the football gods relish in the opportunity to be cruel to this Jets team. You finally thought one broke their way. You finally thought things were going to trend in the right direction. They were going to catch a break. They had a franchise quarterback and Super Bowl aspirations, and all of it is out the window after just 4 offensive plays. He is Connor Rodgers. I am Connor Hughes. This is Jets Class, and we're getting ready to debut a brand new segment. It is Connor vs. Connor, presented by Monmouth University. Explore further at monmouth.edu/amplified. So here's how it's going to work. We've got 3 topics we are about to debate, and then after we do, we're going to see who was right. Me, Connor, or him, Connor. So the first one we're going to kick off, it is what should the Jets do at quarterback? And it's nothing. What are they supposed to do? There's nothing that they can possibly do right now that will replace the guy who played just 4 offensive snaps before walking off the field. There is no one available in free agency that's going to make this situation any better. There's no one they can acquire via trade that's going to make this better. Because remember, anyone they get has to learn a brand new offense. It would take weeks and months. So stick with Zach Wilson. Hope you can win with defense, special teams, and a quarterback who doesn't make the backbreaking mistake.
Connor, you're nice enough to invite me on and debate with you today, and I hate that I have to disagree with you right off the jump. And listen, I don't think you're crazy that the scrap heap, there's nothing there. It's why it's the scrap heap, right? I'm not looking to bring in, and maybe this is the route they go, but I don't think Carson Wentz or Joe Flacco or any of those guys are the answer. But it makes you wonder why the Jets didn't think about this over the summer or in the offseason. They need to tap onto the phones and really talk about maybe a Jacoby Brissett, a Gardner Minshew. They're not spectacular, right? But they bring stability, veteran stability, where they can kind of limit some of the turnovers we've seen Zach Wilson work himself into in the middle of games that can be backbreaking for a team. So if I'm the Jets, I'm making a move, a very low-level move, but I think one of those guys would make sense to me.
Oh, it's brutal. That's brutal. I invite you on it.
A hot start.
You take me down. Yeah. All right. So
call me Xavier Gibson.
All right. I'm such a nice guy that I'm going to let you beat me on the first question, and then you can go first on the second question. It's will or won't the New York Jets make the playoffs in 2023?
Man, it's a scary one, right? When you look at losing Aaron Rodgers right out of the gate and knowing what this team dealt with last year with Zach Wilson starting as he appears ready to take over for now. I think they do. I know people will think I'm crazy. This defense is for real. I think it's at least a top 3 unit, and we knew that going into the year. That's not a surprise. What is a little bit of a surprise, Connor, is that Breece Hall looked like 90% Breece Hall. I mean, really, really close. If they can just dial in, simplify this offense, lean on the 2-star running backs they have, maintain a top 3 defense, and yeah, one little thing, but it was a big thing on Monday Night Football. Can the special team steal you a couple more, right? If they can do that, this Jets team sneaks into the playoffs.
They just took down the best team in the division 3 years running, one of the best teams in the AFC, with a quarterback that threw for 140 yards. Forget top 3 defense. They have a top 1 defense. They have a special teams unit that Brant Boyer, who will never go away, has playing top tier as well. They have the receivers. They have the running backs. All they need is Zach Wilson. Don't make the backbreaking mistake. If the Jets had lost to the Bills, I think I'd feel a little bit more pessimistic right now. I don't know if I'd feel confident in them doing it, but no, absolutely this team can still go to the playoffs. I am still a believer. I think they can do it. Heck, we saw the Chicago Bears go to a Super Bowl with Rex Grossman. So yes, the Jets can do it with Zach Wilson.
Listen, when you get a Rex Grossman reference in there, you deserve the dub.
I'm back. Sexy Rexy, baby.
Yeah, I'm waving the white flag on that. When you get a Rex Grossman reference in there, you deserve the win. So well done by you, Connor.
Final question here, Connor. We got the tiebreaker. This is a hot button topic. Was the turf to blame for Aaron Rodgers' injury?
I don't think it's the top thing, right? It doesn't help. And listen, everybody's been vocal about this. It's pretty proven with a lot of the studies the NFLPA has looked into that grass is safer to play on. But it just feels like these teams don't want to deal with the upkeep of the grass. But when you look at these kinds of injuries, maybe it would be worth it. But the reality of this play, as awful as it is, as frustrating as it is, you had a tackle that missed the cut block. Rodgers tried to spin out of it, and it's a contact. It looked like a contact injury mixed with some funkiness on the ground. So it's a 50-50 for me. I think the overall point is you'd rather be playing on grass because it's reducing injuries. That's something we see year after year. But this specific injury, it felt related to the hit.
I completely agree with you. Now, look, in a perfect world, MetLife is grass. I think that's what the coaches want. I think that's what the players want. But guess what? It's not going to change because MetLife is so much more than just the home of the Giants and home of the Jets. They host high school games. They host high school championships. They host concerts. It financially just doesn't make sense to have a grass field down there, even if football really is the king of the stadium. And guess what? Money talks. So until they find a way to have a natural grass field that can withstand the beating that a turf does, you can want grass, I can want grass, players can want grass, everybody can want grass. No one's going to get grass. They're going to keep up with this artificial turf. Now, I will say this. It was not to blame either. Aaron Rodgers went down on a contact injury, not non-contact. And heck, we just saw J.K. Dobbins go down. He went down on a grass field. So injuries happen every which way. Oh, there we go. Come back.
Throw the challenge flag on that one. I'm not sure there, but listen, I'll play from behind for the season. I have no problem doing that. And listen, Connor was nice enough to have me on. Let's get him a feel-good win out of week one. Maybe he'll start to sleep on me down the stretch.
Season 1 of Over-Unders with the Jets beat inside Connor's Cubicle. We really wanted to get Brian Costello here for a segment. Unfortunately, his booking fee is a little too high, and we don't have this set sponsored yet. So we're actually going to go with NJ.com and the Star Ledgers. Andy Vasquez. Andy, over-under, are you ready? First question, over-under Zach Wilson, total touchdowns on Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys. It's 1.5.
Under. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I mean, we saw the Jets barely scored a touchdown against the Bills defense, and the Cowboys, we saw what they did to the Giants. I think their best chance at a touchdown is on defense, getting a pick six of Dak. So I'm going to go with under. I think he's going to have 0 touchdowns.
That's fair. I am under as well. Not overly confident, Zach, but am confident in the Jets defense, just not this week. Over under Micah Parsons flipping to Dallas's defense, sacks 1.5.
I will go with under because I think they're going to be getting rid of the ball quickly, and I know that most people are going to think they are going to it would probably be over after what we saw, but I think the Jets have done a pretty good job, especially last year, of like cleaning that stuff up, and Zach has some mobility, so I'm going to go with under.
All right. Garrett Wilson receptions, 4.5.
I thought he had less than 5 on a Monday, but it was actually more than 5, or it was 5, so that's a great over-under. I'm going to go over. I think Garrett Wilson's going to be heavily involved, and it's going to get to him a lot.
Last one. Points scored by the Jets total. Offense, defense, special teams. So 22 last week, 20.5 against the Cowboys.
Ooh. Was I supposed to be giving quicker answers about
No,
that?
you're fine. You're fine.
Sure. I was told no rules. They just pulled me out of my cubicle in the air. I'm going to go with under 20.5. Yeah, I think under 20.5 is safe. The Cowboys defense is really good. The Jets offense is definitely a work in progress. We shall see, but I'm going to go with under, and I think the Jets are going to play them close, but I think it's going to be under 20.5 for sure.
Andy, thank you.
Thank you, Connor.
This was Over Under with the Jets beat inside Connor's Cubicle. All right, this is the first ever 2-on-1 with Connor and Coakley and Conklin, actually.
That stresses me out.
Yeah, big honor, though. First
glad
guest.
you said it.
No, yeah, I feel special. That's for sure.
All right, the first question, it's a really important one. We've seen you with the Arrival videos, and the outfits are always A+. So what goes into picking out what you're wearing?
Honestly, it's always what is the best looking, most comfortable thing I can find. Like, what is not going to be a pain in the butt to put on, but still looks good enough. That's how I think about it.
Do you differ between away games and home games?
Yeah, away games I'll probably be in suits, and then home games is usually something a little more comfortable.
When you look at this Dallas defense and what Zach will have to face, first time starting this season, what can you and the tight ends do for him?
Yeah, I mean, obviously have a good pass rush after what they did, the other night, but so we'll have to figure out where Mike is at all times, whether he's lined up over the center or out wide. So running backs and tight ends have to account for him, and obviously probably be doing some chipping and things of that nature. I mean, not to forget about DeMarcus Lawrence and all the other players they have. So I mean, they have a really good defense, and we'll have a plan for them. And I'm sure we'll have a mixture of different things to get the ball out and chip, and the things that you do when you play against a pass rush like that. So on top of that, Zach's pretty athletic if it comes down to it.
Tyler, last one for me is that we've talked a lot this offseason about you guys having a target on your back. Now it seems like people are counting you out. Robert said there's kind of an obituary some are putting underneath your name. Are you now relishing in that the teams are counting you out and you're look, we're more than just one player?
I think this team does a really good job of just living day to day, right? A lot's happened in the past couple of days. There's been an emotional roller coaster between Aaron going down, not knowing what's going on, to figuring out it might be kind of serious, to having a exciting, great win, and a crazy MetLife. So obviously it's a roller coaster of emotions, and like I said, I think this team does a really good job of just going day to day, and whatever that target may be, people forget about us. People have a target on us. I don't think it really matters as long as we control what we got to control.
Is that the message? Someone like you as a veteran is telling these younger guys?
Yeah, I think I think that's something that we all kind of talk about. Just we control our own destiny, right? And as long as we just come in and work like we need to work every day, then things will take care of itself.
Do you have the suit picked out?
I don't. I do need to find someone. I do need to find a tailor, though.
Connor has a
Not even a tailor. I need really a dry cleaner, not even a tailor. Just a dry cleaner.
Dry cleaner's kind of the king. All right, that was 2-on-1 with Connor and Coakley and Conklin.
Thanks for attending the first Jets class. We will be all over SNY's digital platforms all season with cool segments, interviews, emotional rants, inside info, and more. So keep your eyes out, and we will see you next week.